So we've mastered the down bow. Our next step is to add in the up bow. Because of its shape, the Baroque bow naturally wants to produce a strong impulse on the down bow and a weaker, lighter stroke on the up bow. We want to embrace and accentuate that tendency because it helps us to clarify the hierarchy of strong and weak beats in the bar, or strong and weak notes within a phrase. Instead of thinking of the down bow and the up bow as two separate movements, try thinking of the down bow as an action and the up bow as the inevitable reaction. It's like bouncing a ball. You throw the ball down, it naturally rebounds into your hand. Or try imagining a piece of elastic attached to the tip of your bow. As you pull your down bow stroke, the elastic stretches, and then when you release, the bow naturally springs back in the opposite direction. As before, settle your bow on the string with the weight sinking in before you start to move. This time, once you've made your down bow stroke, instead of allowing the bow to lift off the string at the tip, you'll just allow it to travel back gently towards the heel. It's your action in the down bow that sets the string spinning. As you turn the corner, just relax your hand, keep your fingers flexible, and allow the bow to serve back along the surface of the spinning string. So that means you don't need to push or press in the up bow at all. For the purposes of this exercise, it doesn't matter if the up bow sounds a little bit whispery and flautando. What we're trying to do is exaggerate the difference between strong and weak, down and up, as much as possible. If you find that your up bow gets stuck, or it's difficult to relax and allow the bow to work by itself, don't worry about the up bow. Instead, concentrate on the down bow, on really sinking into the string. Just as when we were bouncing the ball, it's the amount of energy that you put into that first movement that determines whether the ball or the bow will actually rebound all the way back into your hand. So if the up bow quality isn't what you would like it to be, focus more on the down bow and allow the up bow just to happen. Once you've got the hang of this strong, weak pattern with the down bow and the up bow, try it on different strings. Then perhaps try it on a familiar scale. Again, we're trying to exaggerate the difference between down and up as much as possible. You could try it also on octave leaps, like this. Then try it the other way around with the higher note first. As you gain confidence, you can speed it up and try more complicated patterns.
In the previous video, Emily mentioned that the Baroque bow naturally wants to produce a strong impulse on the down bow and a weaker stroke on the up bow. We want to embrace and accentuate that tendency because it helps to clarify the hierarchy of strong and weak beats in the bar. This strong and weak relationship between down bow and up bow relates not only to strong and weak beats in the bar, but over to heavy light notes, which in Baroque speak is known as inégales. While inégale is particularly associated with French Baroque repertoire, there is even a sign for not playing inégales. The idea applies across Baroque repertoire in passages which move by step. I will now demonstrate the slow basic for this and then speed it up. And now I will do it on a little scale figure. Notice how I relax my arm in the down bow, and the up bow is light and a natural response to the down bow. The inégale can be quite subtle or very pronounced. If I want a really strong difference between the heavy down bow and the light up bow, I can change my contact point so I'm close to the bridge in the down bow, really relaxing my arm, and then the up bow floats away from the bridge. This technique is useful in repertoire where the inégale needs to be very pronounced, and also applies to a down bow minim followed by a crotchet. I will demonstrate both variants now. And the down, up, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Once mastered, this technique gives you endless possibilities for varying the emphasis and shaping phrases which move by step. I will end by showing you how this kind of stroke works in a passage of music, a short bit from a chaconne by Teleman.